So the thing is that the work of diversity, equity, inclusion will continue to happen. The demographics of it just show like you cannot move forward in an industry in the next 30 years serving only white men. It's
You know,
just not possible. So
you
the
sound
global
hopeful.
balance has shifted, the
Hmm.
internal balances have shifted in terms of the demographics. We just need to push back harder, and we can only do that in solidarity with one another, right? So the why I talk about like Black and Indigenous solidarity. Black folks, we are the labor. Indigenous folks, we are the land. If we two groups come together in solidarity of each other's struggle, it is all over. Because you have the land and the labor all fighting against structures of oppression. And
Hmm.
it is the divide and conquer that has been successful in keeping us from moving these forward. But whenever we come together, 2020, like that was a global solidarity movement, right? And now, again, Palestine is turning into a global solidarity movement as we begin to see the connections between what's happening there and what's happening here, and begin to sort of say, if this is all about the money and who has the money, let's begin to disrupt those systems, right? And that's what the student movements of divestment is about. It's like, let's withdraw the funding, right? Even though the, US government continues to print out bombs, right, to be sent to kill Palestinian people in Gaza.
I mean, it's interesting. Your book, Decolonizing Design, a Cultural Justice Guidebook. It's published by MIT, and they just removed
It's
their
published by
diverse.
MIT Press.
Yes.
And so again, this is a thing where like you have to understand the
Yeah.
relationships, right? So again, MIT Press is not MIT.
That's good to know. Yeah. Well,
And
I mean, just
again,
for
it's a
for
thing where
context, for people that don't even know what I'm talking about,
yeah.
the Massachusetts Institute of Technology will no longer require prospective faculty to write a document explaining how they would enhance the university's commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion. They were the first to do that, and I guess I only read that out loud because I I love that they're not connected, but I also love that there is this book with the word MIT on it. I feel like there's still some justice, that's being served no matter what. You can't stop diversity, equity, inclusion. You can't stop it, right? I mean, I think that's your point that
So
there's all
again,
different kinds of ways for us to make things happen.
it's a thing where, people are, let's say, I would say companies and institutions are in some ways looking to what happens in November,
Yep.
right?
Hmm.
Because so again, and I see this as again as a person who does like consultancy, like everyone's like, Dory, we love you, but we are not going to be open about any of this stuff that we are doing, right? We're not going to be open about any of this stuff we're doing until we see the results of November.